Humans, for the most part, don't have a clue. They don't want one or need one either. They're happy. They think they have a good bead on things.
Well, why the big secret? People are smart. They can handle it.
A person is smart. People are dumb, panicky, dangerous animals, and you know it. 1,500 years ago, everybody knew the Earth was the center of the universe. 500 years ago, everybody knew the Earth was flat, and 15 minutes ago, you knew that people were alone on this.
With this phrase from the iconic Agent K, we begin our journey through the Men in Black saga. Today we will talk about one of the most iconic science fiction sagas of the 90s and early 2000s, Men in Black. But before going into details about the film, it is important to talk about the myth of the Men in Black and how it relates to the paranoia of the 50s and 60s. At that time, many inhabitants of rural areas claimed to have seen objects flying over the sky. These sightings generated psychosis among American citizens and gave rise to numerous myths and legends, such as that of the Men in Black. The Men in Black were said to be the government agents tasked with investigating and covering up any evidence related to UFOs and aliens. The image people had of them was that of the men dressed in black, with dark glasses and a mysterious and sinister air. This pop culture about the UFOs and aliens influenced in the creation of Marvel's Men in Black comic, created by Lowell Cunningham, which would later become the movies we all know. Now that we know more about the origin of the Men in Black and the genre, we will talk about the Men in Black movies that combine science fiction, action, and comedy. A short summary of the Men in Black trilogy. It follows the adventures of J and K, agents of a secret agency tasked with protecting Earth and alien threats. In their fight against dangerous intergalactic creatures, J and K face escalating challenges, including an alien invasion, the search for a valuable object, and a journey through time to save the world and their friend K. Throughout the saga, secrets are discovered and advanced technologies are explored, but always with humor and action, always. The idea for the movie came from producers Walter F. Parkles and Laurie MacDonald, who read the comic and decided it had the potential to be made into a movie. Parks and MacDonald commissioned Ed Solomon to write the script for the film. Solomon drew from the comic, but also added his own ideas to create a unique story. The film was directed by Sonnenfeld, who had previously directed The Addams Family and The Addams Family 2. The main characters in the film are Agent K, played by Tommy Lee Jones, and Agent J, played by Will Smith. Jones and Smith had special on-screen chemistry, which helped make the film a success. In addition to the cast, the character design and special effects in the film were also impressive. The design of the costumes for the agents, aliens, and gadgets was created by Rick Baker, who won an Academy Award for his work on the film. How did they manage to create an impressive special effects at the time when digital technology was still in its infancy?
Men in Black we did the opening credit sequence for that, and then the guns were that was like an old kind of holdover to my earlier days in prop work. And when I worked on that, there was a gentleman by the name of Doug Harlocker, who was the prop master on the show, and a really great guy, and I had worked with him in the early days of just working out of a garage. And so when we had the bigger company, he'd come to me and say, well, can we make these guns? Can we do this stuff? And I sort of like, at this company now, it's kind of hard to just, but that was a show where I was very much hands-on building the guns. And the guns for that show were, we did a lot of the sort of like featured background guns and some of the stuff that was in the armory and the pawn shop. And for that, they were all, there was nothing that was mold or cast or vacuum metallized. Everything that we built for that was made out of steel or aluminum. It was all sculpted and welded.
Came apart and opened up, and we were hired to make a little kind of a cockpit or a little spaceship part where the alien sits into. And so Rick Baker did the alien side, and we did two versions of the miniature, the head, and there's a larger version of the head, which was, oh man, that thing was, I think, it was a good, like 10 feet tall. I mean, the head, they wanted to do a close-up version of the head of showing what was in there, and then Rick Studio did a close-up, bigger version of the puppet.
Can't forget about the neuralizing device, which became an icon of pop culture. That effect was created using the series of mirrors and lights to give the illusion of a bright light that erases memory.
What in the hell is going on?
Excellent question. And the answer you're looking for lies right here.
Who are you? Really?
Really? I am just a figment of your imagination.
But in addition, the Men in Black also had solid character construction and development arcs. We see Agent J, played by Will Smith, evolve from being a New York cop to becoming an undercover agent for the Men in Black. It's interesting how Jay starts the movie being a skeptic about the experience of aliens, but after his encounter with Kay, played by Tommy Lee Jones, he begins to accept the idea. And then towards the end of the movie, Jay becomes an advocate for alien rights. It's a very well-built development arc. Jay's evolution is created in his relationship with Kay, who is initially distant and unemotional mentor. However, over time, Jay manages to unravel his past and understand why Kay is the way he is. In the second film, we see a more confident Jay who has assimilated the role of the agent of Men in Black. While in the third film, Jay has matured even more, but faces a great test when he has to travel back in time to save Kay from his tragic fate. As for Kay, his character has remained constant in his serious and quiet way, but throughout the saga we have seen little glimpses of his personality that allow us to understand him better. Also, his relationship with Jay is a mainstay of the saga, and their chemistry is one of the reasons the movie works so well. Also, the film's music, composed by Danny Elfman, is memorable and helps create the atmosphere for the film. Throughout the film, we can see various celebrity cameos, such as legendary director Steven Spielberg, singer Michael Jackson, and actor Sylvester Stallone. These small roles made the movie even more fun and exciting, and also helped attract an even wider audience.
I do believe in aliens. I think that there's a way greater possibility that they're out there somewhere than the possibility that there isn't, considering how vast the universe is. And I think in terms of probability, you could probably mathematically prove that there's something out there.
The Men in Black, I would ask them if I could join them, I would probably ask them like their retirement plan or something, like how is it like, because like you're in service all that time. I wonder if they have like a 401k or something,
I think that they are highly possible. I mean, they're dealing with like alien forces, and I feel like in order to maintain a civilized situation, they need to have really advanced technology. So I think it just makes a lot of sense, given what they're dealing with, that they have such enhanced things in like comparison to what we have today and now.
The Men in Black franchise began in 1997 with the first film and continued with 2 more sequels in 2002 and 2012. During this time, society has experienced significant changes in cultural norms and values. However, the Black movies also represent a belief of the importance of diversity and inclusion. The main characters are a diverse team made up of men and women of different ethnic backgrounds, showing the importance of accepting and valuing cultural differences. During the 90s, economic stability was perceived in the nation, which is represented in the entertainment industry. Also, during those years, migration in our country increased, a massive wave of migration, which can be seen represented at the beginning of the film. In Men in Black 2, which premiered in 2002, just after a year, the September 11 terrorist attack, the country was in a sacred and vulnerable position. Instead of shining a light on this sensitive subject, the writers chose to create a movie, better yet a sequel, that would bring a fun and entertaining story to its viewers. Men in Black was a huge success at the box office and received positive reviews from audiences and critics. The influence of the Men in Black in science fiction cinema has been significant. The film combined elements of science fiction, comedy, and action in an innovative way and has inspired many filmmakers to do the same. In summary, Men in Black is a film that not only entertaining, but also a milestone in the history of science fiction cinema. With its impressive character design, special effects, and legacy in sci-fi cinema. It's a movie every fan should see. Men in Black is an example of how pop culture myth can be transformed into an iconic science fiction story that transcends generations.